Only lack of self-expression leads to powerlessness. Okay, so if you're feeling, wherever you are feeling powerless in your life right now, if there's a place that you're feeling powerless in your life right now, if there's a place that you're feeling weak in your life right now, that would be the place where you're least expressing your true self. If you have a weak financial situation, if you really still think finances and money are taking care of you, let's pretend that we still think that that's true. Then the only reason why you're having a challenge in that area is you're not truly expressing who you are. If you think it's in the area of relationships that you feel powerless, there's a relationship that you feel weak and powerless in, then that's a relationship where you are not being true to yourself in. And the relationships that cause you challenges are the ones you're being most self-deceptive in, where you're being the least honest with who you truly are. What do you mean? You're probably not acting like you are beautiful and that peace resides in you in that area. Do you know that from a Course in Miracles perspective, that anytime that you have an argument, let's say, with somebody and you break up with that person, that you have actually forgiven them? Because you're no longer in a relationship with somebody that you're trying to make feel guilty, and they're no longer trying to make you feel guilty. Y'all broke up, so therefore that means y'all forgave each other and you no longer wanted to hurt each other anymore. So if you've ever had a breakup of any kind, it actually was when you forgave that person in that very moment, because they wasn't catching no more hell through you no more. That's forgiveness. The cruel person is the person that stays with somebody that they're attacking and judging all the time. That's the cruel person. So if you still have to learn forgiveness, then you're still in the special relationship. If you learn the lesson of forgiveness, then you're no longer in the special relationship. So you're always in relationships that are being forgiven as long as you're in any special relationship. Even if it lasts what you call 60 years. Y'all just forgave each other for 60 years. Y'all been working on forgiveness for 60 years, and now you're celebrating your 60th year together. Broke up with this person, broke up with that person, broke up with that person, broke up with that person. Oh, okay, I did my forgiveness here, I did my forgiveness there, I did my forgiveness there, and I did my forgiveness there. Who am I still working on loving more and working on the forgiveness with? The person I'm still in the special relationship with. So you win both ways if you hear me correctly. If you're hearing me correctly, I'm not condemning specials. I'm just saying what the Course says. That's why I love the Course, because it says stuff like that. That you form a relationship to hide how you feel about yourself. That's why when you're not in one, most people get upset, because there's no one to help them hide the way they feel about themselves.
Free.
You know? But what happens when you're not in one is all of a sudden you may feel that feeling of maybe upset or anger or loneliness. And you are always feeling that as long as you don't feel connected to God. But that other person temporarily made you forget you felt that way. And without the special relationship, there's no one to hide you from you. And so all of a sudden you see the feelings that you feel on your own. How you feel about yourself on your own. That's why people don't like to be alone. Because it takes a lot of courage to deal with yourself. Naked, open, without anybody to project on, anybody to blame. Or to praise. Praise them and say, oh, it's because of you I'm feeling so good about myself. It's because of you I feel so loved. Thank you for treating me so good. Now I feel so valid. If you think you need somebody to tell that to you in order for you to feel good about yourself, then you still don't love yourself yet. But it's great to have people in your life that tell you that and reflect that back to you. But the danger is you'll be tempted to think that they're the ones who are determining your value. So the minute they take it away, you're devastated. So I'm here to tell you that you are a sacred, powerful being. That you are the beauty of the world. And that peace resides within you. And wherever you feel powerless is where you're not truly expressing who you really are. And no true expression is possible. You can never express yourself truly until you know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you can't express yourself truly. So you have to know who you are to express yourself truly and to know your power. You have to know who you are so you can express yourself truly, and then you know your power. So if you're feeling weak, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling beaten down, it's because you don't know who you are. You just probably know what you've been told you are. And you probably just know what you do every day, but you don't know you. You don't have to be psychic to know what people think. All you have to be is a good observer. It's one of the most powerful lessons I've ever learned since I've been in the truth. When the Course first told me that there were no hidden thoughts, there were no private thoughts, there were no secret thoughts, I thought that was like crazy. What do you mean? And now I know that's true, because everybody is outwardly expressing what they feel about themselves. You don't have to know the exact form of what they're thinking, but you know the core of what they're thinking by how they're expressing themselves outwardly.
That's right.
So I don't have to worry. I don't have to. If you move away from me, we're afraid of each other. If you move toward me, we are not afraid of each other. It's just that simple. The people that you don't feel afraid of, that you really want to connect with, you really want to join with, you move toward them. Those that you are afraid of, you move away from. Now you can come up with a million different excuses and reasons and justifications and blah, 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 blah. You need it as complicated as you need it to be. But when you make it simple like that, you know where everybody in your life is coming from, and you know where you're coming from with everybody in your life. Who do you move toward, and who are you cautious with? Who do you have willingness with, and who do you find yourself having resistance around? That's who you love, that's who you fear. That's who you love, that's who you fear. That's who you love. If you have resistance to everybody and you have resistance to everything, you are afraid of everybody and you're afraid of everything. And you know what? I am afraid of you, I'm afraid of me, and I'm afraid of God. I'm afraid of you, I'm afraid of me, I'm afraid of God. I'll never get rid of my fear until I look at it. I was taking being positive and a positive thinker and an optimistic person, which is a good thing. I was taking that to the point that I was not getting rid of any of my fear or any of my guilt. You know why? Because I wasn't willing to admit that I had any of it, because I was so busy pretending that I felt good all the time. And that I was happy all the time. I didn't dare tell anybody I was afraid of them. Wouldn't dare tell somebody I was afraid of God. Wouldn't dare tell, because I had learned that the way to have a happy life is only focus on the positive and never take a look at any shadow side of yourself, any fear in yourself. So I took the new thought, the positive thinking, the optimistic outlook, and I used it against myself by becoming afraid and unwilling to say, I'm afraid of you, I'm afraid of me, I'm afraid of God. And right on the other side of that admission is the love for you, the love for me, and my love for God. Miracles are acts of cooperation. In other words, if we cooperate with each other, it's a miracle. If we cooperate with each other, I love that. A miracle is an act of cooperation. So how do I cooperate with people? I ask them what they want, and then I see if I can somehow support them in having it if it's something that I feel peace about. So I'm cooperating with you by not interfering with you. I'm cooperating with you by leaving you alone. I'm cooperating with you by not getting in your business. I'm cooperating with you by not trying to block any of your desires, any of your wishes, anything you want to do tonight. I'm only going to do that with the people I love. And the people that I say are special to me. Those are the jokers that don't get no slack. Y'all, I give y'all pure love. They don't get it. I'm sorry, they don't get it. You all get my pure love. You are free. You can do what you want to do tonight. You can go where you want to go. You can be with who you want to be with. You can do whatever your little heart desires tonight. I love you. But my special people, sorry, they don't get that kind of freedom because I love them. You can leave out tonight and you can come home 4 days from now. You can call me up and I say, hey, how you doing? Everything's great. Not my special relationships, no. I want to make sure you're around a sad, unhappy person all the time. Don't you dare go with nobody else and get a break. Are you really fun for the people you're around? Are you really fun for the people you're around? Are you really fun for the people that you say you're your friends and your associates? Are you really fun? I mean, is your energy a really cool, loving energy for them to be around? It's just a rhetorical question. Well, don't insist anybody be around you all the time. And don't insist anybody be with you exclusively unless you are a really good time. If not, you are cruel and merciless. Why would you want somebody to be around an unhappy, miserable person all the time to the exclusion of everybody else unless you are cruel? So if you're going to insist that someone gives you all of their attention, make sure that you are really a good time. Your expression of love is as unique as yourself. So don't let anybody else tell you how you are supposed to express love and what love looks like. And it has got to be the way they do it in order for it to be real love. Because the way you express love will be unique to you. The way that you express your love will be unique to you. It won't be necessarily like how everybody else does it. So don't try to let anyone else tell you what love should look like for you and how it should be expressed for you. You have your own way of expressing the one love. How can you tell when you're expressing the one love in your own unique way? You will feel joyous. I love you.